Hello to all Duval County voters. My friends and I have put together some video interviews for candidates in this year's school board election. We have developed a set of questions for the candidates to address, and we have allowed a period of free speech at the end of the interview for the candidate to give his or her perspective on the work they intend to do if they're elected by the citizens of Duval County, Florida. These interview videos are done at absolutely no cost to the candidates. The members of the video team are doing this work to allow any school board candidates access to the video interviews to use as they wish in their effort to inform the voters on their positions. The video team will make the video interviews available for the candidates' use in MP4 format and provide an electronic copy to the candidate. It is our hope that the video interviews will aid the voters in the selection of their particular school board member. We are happy to assist the candidates that chose to use this method of campaigning. All candidates that were qualified by the Supervisor of Elections were offered the opportunity to participate in this effort. Not all did. Thank you so very much for interviewing and watching these and deciding on your choice for school board.
My name is Bruce Taylor. I am a candidate for School Board District 6 during the next primary election, which is August 28, 2018 in Duval County, Florida. I heard you had some questions for me.
Why are you running for school board is the first question I want to ask our interviewee.
In regards to question number 1, I'm running for school board because I believe that I can bring my experience to the table working closely with the members of the union as well as the leadership at the Duval County Public School, along with working very closely with all the other members of the school boards. I believe that my experience of 9 years of teaching right here in Duval County will give clarity and a better understanding to different programs that we're going to be introduced to as far as educating our students right here in Duval County.
What qualifies you for a position on the school board?
In regards to question number 2, I believe that my highest qualification to be a part of the school board for District 6 and represent the people of District 6 in Duval County is my experience as a teacher from 2006 through 2015. I was able to supervise and work closely with a lot of different teachers in a lot of different capacities dealing with education. I believe that my experience will be an asset when decisions are brought before me and making decisions that will enhance and show growth towards our students growing academically.
How strong a reader are you?
I am a master level graduate from Webster University. My reading level exceeds that of a lower level college student.
Have you overseen the generation and accounting of large budgets?
In regards to question number 4, I have had the opportunity while serving in the United States Navy for 21 years to manage budgets in excess of $5 billion. I was the maintenance officer aboard 2 ships, and throughout that chapter of my career, I was assigned and I had the responsibility and was accountable for ensuring that the ship maintenance and all maintenance required aboard ships so that the ship can meet its commitments were accomplished in a timely manner, which means going in and out of yard periods, brokering all jobs through our shore facilities, as well as through independent and outside contractors outside of the military. So to answer the question number 4, I have had the opportunity of working with budgets in excess of $5 billion.
What are the most important issues facing the public classroom teacher?
The most important issue in regards to question number 5 would be disruption in the classroom. As a former teacher, retired teacher in Duval County, I had to work closely with new teachers in order to help them sustain classroom management so that they can teach students. I believe the code of conduct needs to be revamped and reviewed so that students that disrupt classrooms are dealt with in an appropriate manner.
Does a united front always reveal the truth in a situation, or we might say it this way, ask it in this manner: does a united front always present a complete picture to the public of the dilemmas or the complexity of a subject under discussion?
In regards to question number 6, my answer to that would be no. A united front does not show a complete and unbiased truth as far as any incident or anything that may be going on, causes, etc. I believe that we must investigate, take a look, and treat every incident as a standalone incident and not as the norm.
Do you favor homeschools? And if yes, what would you do to assist the homeschool families?
In regards to question number 7, favoring homeschools, that question I have a both yes and no answer to. I don't favor homeschools because I truly believe in public education and that the best education can come from our establishment of public schools statewide and nationally. However, we do have certain circumstances within our families, dynamics that may require a student or a child to be homeschooled. In that case, we must take a look at each incident, each area individually, and support those situations that do require homeschooling. However, in that process, ensure that the parent that is instructing and facilitating the education of that child goes through training through the county, understand what is required so that the child does not lose in this episode of being homeschooled.
Should superintendent be a position elected by the taxpayers?
In regards to question number 8, I believe superintendents should not be elected by the taxpayers. I believe that our current system, where they're interviewed tirelessly by our great board members, we should maintain and keep and sustain that process of electing our superintendents for Duval County Public Schools.
What are the first 3 things that you would seek to improve once you are elected?
First thing I would like to do in regards to question number 9 to see and improve within our Duval County Public Schools would be improved technology to support safety of our schools, and that's not just external threats but also internal threats as well. I would like to see a closer relationship with support from the top down in regards to making a serious effort in getting the communities where schools are involved in what's going on in the schools. I believe that we need to create an environment that is sustainable and allow people of our communities that live in the same neighborhoods as our public schools be a part of that public schools. A lot of people don't feel as though that they have a voice in what goes in their school unless they have a child in that school, and that is not necessarily so. Whether you have a child in school or not, I believe that you should have the opportunity to volunteer, to attend meetings, to be invited to meetings, and that principals and their staff should be very welcome to hearing what you have to say. I think it's a win-win situation. You got to remember, when we're talking about public schools and we're talking about neighborhoods and communities, we must also maintain and create a better culture within those neighborhoods. And the only way to do that is through everybody working together closely and being a part of one goal, which is to educate our children.
Would you endorse portions of the public education curriculum to be written by a teacher committee and copyrighted for use in the system?
Yes, I would, and that's already being done. When I was a teacher, I was elected by the district math academics officer to help write lesson plans for the upcoming school year. Within that, it's done every year through volunteer work, through teachers during the summer, working closely with other groups, all established and recognized by the school board, to see what worked well last year as far as our curriculum, what didn't work, what can we add, what can we take away, what's needed, which order should our topics be taught as far as me and the math department is concerned. But Duval County has been doing that for a while. I started doing that my first, second, and third year as a teacher. And I'm pretty sure it's continuing to grow and do the same. And as far as using those curriculums, nowadays there are curriculums online, millions of them, that teachers have the autonomy to go and see and find lesson plans that work great for them, that also is aligned with their curriculum.
What is the real value for the students and parents in a school system where teachers must join and obey a union?
In regards to question number 11, the real value for parents and students as far as teachers that are committed or join in a union. I believe there is no real value if a teacher is placed in a position where they don't have the choice to join or not join a union. I believe that there is no upscale to that for the parent or the child, because teachers need to have that creativity. Teachers need to be able to do some things that the union may not allow us to do. I can give you a great example. There were times as a teacher where I stayed late because my principal needed help. There are also times where I was told by union, you don't do that because it sends a bad precedence. And then principals are going to start overworking and expecting these things to come from us without pay. However, the big picture for me is what I was doing, will it help our students? Will it help my community? So therefore, when you talk about teachers being a union, being a part of a union without a choice, which is how I look at the question, I believe that there's no value there. I believe that teachers should have the choice of being a part of a union or not.
And now we would like to give the candidates a time to speak from their heart. They've answered these questions, and we want to give them what we would call a free speech time. So now, candidates, speak your heart.
To all the voters of District 6, mostly the west side of Duval County, I would love your vote, and I would work very, very hard in representing District 6. Again, I believe my experience as a teacher of 9 years, along with my 21 years in the military and my leadership background, will be an asset to us making great decisions together in order to move upward with our children in Duval County. I am a former public school graduate in Broward County, Florida. My children graduated from high school in Duval County. I have a granddaughter who will be going to public school. I am looking forward to working very closely with the school board leader, superintendent, her staff, the DTU members, as well as the school board members, but also, even more importantly, work very well and closely with parents of the community of District 6. We have to work together. I believe that accountability is something that we need to also discuss. We can't turn our head. We need to hold each other accountable. I believe that you should hold me accountable, but also on that same note, I will hold parents also accountable to their children and their education. I will advocate for those students, that 98% of the students that are great, that come to school, that want to learn. If there's an individual that's disrupting the class and that teacher is not able to teach and fulfill her lesson plan for that day, we have to find an alternative for that student so that the 98% of our students that are here to learn, want to have fun in school, are able to do that, and not that one child take that away from them. However, I'm not saying throw the bathwater out with the baby or throw the baby out with the bathwater. However, we have to find alternatives, and we have a lot of resources. But parents, we are in this together. What we do, we must do together. In order for Duval County to move forward, and we're on the right track, we're moving upward, we must even become closer as a unit together when it comes to public education. I believe public education is still the #1 investment that we can make as a nation and as a state. I believe that public school teachers are the most qualified to teach public schools in regards to private or charter. I still believe that public school prepares our kids for the future globally as great leaders. So I hope that you remember me. My name is Bruce Taylor. I am a candidate for Duval County Public Schools District 6, and I would love to have your vote on August 28, 2018. Thank you for the opportunity.
Well, we want to thank all of the candidates for having come and have been interviewed and have given their free speech time to speak their heart. We want to make available to you their contact information, so if you will just look on this where my finger is pointing right here, you will see where to contact them so that you could get further information. Now, thank you so very much for joining us in this interview time.